So there's that one conspiracy theory that the elites want us to live like in a third world country. You know what I mean? Like go to like the slums or something like that. 10 houses are stacked on top of each other pretty much. That's pretty much it. They want the working class people just to be like in a segmented area, and then we just go out and work for them and come back, and then that's our little stable. And it actually sounds really true because you know, if you think about Bill Gates or something like that, he owns tremendous amounts of land that he could just probably start his own factory out there of like fake meat and something, or bug stew or whatever they want to cook for us. And in blue states and cities, they really don't want you to own land, so the property taxes are very high. It's really hard to get a house because they're super expensive. It's like $600,000 for a dump. But I found a video, compliments to Rhode Island, you know, one of the wokest areas in the country, and what they did to kind of just show everybody in that area, like, hey, we want you living like this. And this video is really crazy. But before we get into the video, go ahead, like this video and subscribe for more content like this. And let's get into this video, guys. I mean, it's really weird.
We are here at the Arcade Mall in Providence, Rhode Island, the oldest indoor shopping mall in the country. The Arcade had long been a center point in Providence's bustling downtown.
Looks like
but
a
like
nice
other
area.
malls, it fell on hard times and was completely vacant. But rather than letting this historic building fall into ruin, developers came in and decided to build 48 micro lofts here on the second floor and up here on the third floor.
Oh my gosh.
While top-tier malls continue.
If you guys don't believe in that conspiracy theory, I think this video should confirm it, that they are definitely trying to move us into smaller areas and compact little cubicles to live in. You know, turning a mall into a to an apartment. Like, I can see if they're trying to do it with like homeless people or something. That's something that they usually do with homeless people, but regular people, like, it must be crazy expensive for you to even consider living in a mall, a tiny space like that.
Continue to be in high demand. Nearly 34 million square feet of U.S. mall space is vacant and off the market. Almost 70% of Americans live within an hour of a mall that has a high vacancy rate, low consumer traffic, or is abandoned altogether.
So let's just make houses in them. Cut off the middleman.
At the same time, the country is facing a massive housing deficit of 4.5 million homes.
Yep.
There's a housing problem in a lot of markets across the U.S., right? This is an opportunity to find land and have a built-in customer base to get people into the mall.
Monday through Friday, this is really busy down here. It's definitely, you know, people in the offices working, getting lunch or whatever, and my barber's downstairs.
As of January,
Bro, the investors are talking to the news people like, hey, this is a good idea. Come move down here, guys. Why would you take advice from the investors? Of course they want you to move in and buy their little stupid little dingy houses in the mall.
2022, at least 192 U.S. malls plan to add a housing component. The U.S. has about 1,100 regional and super regional malls,
Just
about
imagine.
8.5% lower than 2015. So, can new housing developments help revive the classic American mall?
Just imagine you go to a mall and there's like another story and there's people living there while you're at the mall. What does that remind you of? What foreign country does that remind you of? It's probably like dang near 85% of them.
And what's it like to live inside one? CNBC went to Providence,
What
Rhode
in the
Island to find
world?
out.
That's like a closet. Oh no. Oh no.
Amy
Oh,
Hinion
is
has
that her
been living
bed
on
right
the top
there?
floor of a 3-story mall in Providence, Rhode Island for the past 2.5 years. What's it like to live at the mall?
It's really great. It's cool.
She lived there. Sorry to pause the video, but she's lived there for 2.5 years. I thought this was recent. What in the how long has this been going on for, guys? Is this a common thing in your area that people live inside malls? Not in California.
Cool to be part of such a historic building and knowing that every single one of these units used to be a shop of some kind.
That
But
is
living in a converted store
crazy.
does present some challenges.
Here is my very tiny kitchen. It is very small, but it is workable. And one of the interesting things about
Look how small that dishwasher is, guys. She's okay. Let's say average height for a woman. What 5'5", 5'4". That thing is half her size. That's not like somebody who's 6 foot like me standing next to her. She's like probably like 5'5", 5'4". Look how small that is. What are you gonna put in there? A couple plates?
And one of the interesting things about the
Oh my
units in the
gosh,
building is that
dude.
because of codes, you can't have
Hey, let's sit here and have a conversation right here.
any cooking devices with an open flame. So none of the units
Dang.
have stoves or ranges.
That sucks. You don't even get a stove. You have to like microwave everything. How can you live like this for 2.5 years? I couldn't. I have to cook. I have to have a frying pan or something. No, there's no way.
Do you ever have any concerns about privacy?
Not really. It's something you get used to living in the building, having people coming and going. Everybody has blinds in their apartment that they can raise or lower as they like.
Despite those challenges, residents say having access to shops and restaurants makes living at the
That
arcade a
is
unique
crazy,
experience.
dude.
I get my hair cut in the salon downstairs, and there's little lunch spots.
We're living in a
so you don't even
dystopian
have to
world, guys.
leave
I
the building.
swear.
There's a bookstore downstairs, and they'll do author talks in the private lounge area.
Avoiding New England's sometimes stormy weather is, of course, another perk.
If it's like pouring rain outside or if it's snowy, you just really can't be bothered to go out in the weather, you can still go downstairs and take advantage of those amenities.
And it's
yeah,
not just
free
long-term
coffee.
renters that are attracted to the mall. Scott Sheehan is a real estate investor and rents out his apartment on Airbnb. Some of these business owners that are down on the first floor, how important is it to them to
See, the investors are renting out these units to people, guys. Like you see how they make money? This is crazy, man. It's probably super expensive to live there.
kind of have a built-in customer base with these residents on the second and third floor?
I know a lot of folks are very loyal to, many of the bars, restaurants, clothing stores downstairs. So, the business folks downstairs definitely are interested in maintaining that
That's crazy.
relationship with the residents.
You definitely feel like you're
Hey, there's George from the other day. Hey, how you doing, George? Oh, I'm just drying out my clothes, man. I don't got a washer or a dryer, so gotta hand wash everything.
U.S. malls and shopping centers contributed $400 billion in tax revenue. When malls close, it triggers an economic domino effect. Local businesses suffer, jobs are lost, and vacant spaces become eyesores.
So let's go ahead and live in there, guys. Man, why you guys hate the government, man? Man, you guys are helping out the government by doing this. You guys have to see through this, right? Like, am I on the crazy conspiracy theories here? Should I get a tinfoil hat to replace this one? Like, seriously. Anyway, I thought that video was very interesting. I think this came out like a week ago or something. But I thought that was absolutely incredible that these people actually lived there. That lady lived there for almost 3 years. That's insane. And then you have these investors saying, yeah, we rent our place out to people. Duh. They encourage this because they're making money off of people who are struggling, which is very unethical in my opinion. But it's just funny how they're like, oh, to fix a problem, let's just have people move in there. That'll help out the malls and the economy and everything. It's so funny to me how people can actually live like this, and you can see everybody's like single, so you can't have a family in there. And especially for like a big guy like me, heck no, I couldn't live in there. I couldn't. But what do you guys think? Leave your opinions in the comments below. Would you live in something like this? Would you love to live in like a freaking closet for 2.5 years while having investors patting your shoulder saying, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing by living here and you're making me lots of money. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to this channel for more content like this. I'll see you guys in the next video. And maybe I'll rent out one of these little apartment things and live there for a video.